Tensions running high today among community members in Middelpos. This is outside Saldanha Bay in the Western Cape, where court officials in the Joshlin Smith kidnapping trial conducted an in-loco inspection of the 6-year-old's home. Joshlin was in the care of her mother's boyfriend, Jacquin Appollis, who is one of the 3 accused in the matter. Nasiphi Same attended the court proceedings today, and she joins us live. Nasiphi, good afternoon to you, and give us a sense for those viewers who were unable to watch that in-loco inspection. What exactly were court officials seeking to establish?
Well, Xoli, what I will tell you is that the Western Cape High Court, in the inspection in-loco in Middelpos informal settlement, was met and greeted at the entrance by very angry residents protesting and even just walking through the community, how angry the community was. Some even saying it outright, how angry they were. And if you remember, Xoli, it was today last year when police confirmed the arrest of 4 people into the disappearance of Joshlin Smith. We spoke to Eric Ndabazalila, the spokesperson of the NPA in the Western Cape, regarding the inspection in-loco, and this is what he had to say.
The judge and the parties decided that there must be an inspection in-loco to see where the incident, where the family stayed, and where the child disappeared, in which areas. There are several, I think about 2 or 3 areas which will be visited just to trace on what happened on the day. That is basically what's happening.
Well, it was also quite interesting to see the 3 accused walking in Middelpos a year later after their arrest. And if we remember, Joshlin went missing on Monday, the 19th of February 2024. And it was only on this day that police made a breakthrough and arrested 4 individuals that made their first appearance facing human trafficking and kidnapping charges on the 7th of March. But with that being said, looking at Kelly, her demeanor, walking in the community, at some point I saw her blowing a kiss to a neighbor and having a moment with her boyfriend, Jacquin Appollis, who's also accused one. Excited at seeing their dogs and speaking in Afrikaans, saying to him that there's the dogs. And at some point she said, there's Lady. And I'm assuming this is the name of one of her dogs. So it was quite interesting to see her in the environment that she used to live in, around the people that she knew as neighbors, and also the very same community where her child was last seen, and that was in Middelpos. But back at court now, we saw 2 witnesses, or we heard 2 witnesses today, one of them being a Lieutenant Colonel Lincoln, who is the station commander of Saldanha Bay police station, who said that her behavior, once again we're hearing, was quite concerning, taking into account that her child was missing, and it had been hours and days of her child being missing. Instead, he's saying that at the police station, he is saying that he overheard a conversation, Kelly engaging with one of the members in the police station, that this child, my daughter, is making me famous. And he's saying that those utterances by a mother who is saying her child is missing was quite concerning. And this is not the first time, Xoli, that police officers, about 4 now, since the trial started on Monday, questioning the behavior of the mother, Kelly Smith. And just before court wrapped up at 3 o'clock, we had another detective from the FCS unit who also said that interviewing her a day later, Kelly at some point seemed as though she had been briefed. This is according to the detective. But with that being said, taking that statement from her the day after, she gave the reason to the officer that the reason why her 2 children were not at school the day before on Monday was because Joshlin was not feeling well. However, just yesterday we heard through her counsel, Kelly that is, the reason for her children not to be at school on that Monday, she says that it was because their uniforms were dirty. So it is or rather the officers that have presented their evidence, or rather are witnesses at the Western Cape High Court held in Saldanha Bay, are painting quite a grim picture when it comes to this mother hours after her child was missing. But with that being said, we also heard that about 380 officers were deployed and descended to the small town of Saldanha Bay around the 4th of March to look and search for the little girl. At some stage, this small town had about 151 detectives pulled from all corners of the Western Cape. And a year later, we're back here in court, and police officers saying the search continues, and so does the investigation.
Nasiphi Same live for us in Saldanha Bay. Thank you very much for that comprehensive update.